What's up, everybody? Welcome to Will C4 Corvette Adventures. Coming at you today to talk to you about my upgraded wheels that I wanted to place on my vehicle. I own a 1996 collector's edition convertible, and just what came in the mail at new shoes for my girlfriend. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about the process that I went through to get to the selection that I have. Then I'm going to open the boxes up and share it with you. So a while ago, I made a decision that I wanted to upgrade my wheels. Like I said before, that actually got pushed to the back burner because I saw that I wanted a couple other things, because the wheels on the vehicle right now don't look bad at all. They're just, to me, they're small. So a couple things that I considered in this process is that I wanted more presence when I looked at my wheels. I wanted more presence when I looked at the vehicle, and also I wanted to do it without taking away from the ride quality in terms of how the car handled. Wasn't too worried about if the ride was a little more bumpy, but I was more concerned about making sure the vehicle will hold to the road like it actually does now. So I went out, I looked on YouTube, and I kind of settled on the idea of putting 19-inch wheels all the way around. As I looked out on YouTube and I saw how some of these vehicles, some of the Corvettes were looking, other C4 owners, I didn't really like the way they looked. So I decided I would just try maybe to stagger them. Maybe I'll put 18-inch on the front and 19-inch on the rear. And it was a guy who has a YouTube channel. His name is Michelin, and he staggered. He has a C4, he staggered some 2017 Stingray C7 wheels on his C4. He actually had 18-inch up front that went on without a problem, but the ones in the back were 19s, and he had to get a spacer. Well, as I looked at it, I didn't feel like it made that much of a difference to stagger them, and also I didn't want to put a spacer on them. So nevertheless, I kind of went down this road of trying to figure out now what size tire, what size wheel I'm gonna put on this car. And if you've ever done this, you have to be concerned about not just the size of the wheel, but also the width of the wheel, as well as the offset. And the width of the wheel will determine how wide the tire is that you can put on it. So it got a little complicated, but what I learned is that my offset on my C4, my 96 C4, was plus 56. But when you look at all of the other wheels on Corvettes, there are some variation. There's something that you can switch without having a problem, but sometimes in this case, like I said earlier, with Ozzy, he had to put a spacer on his rear wheels. So right away, I started having challenges. I would go to the local shops, and I remember the one guy I called. I was like, I have a 1996 Corvette, and I was wondering if you had it. And he said, no, don't have nothing for Corvettes. So what it turned out to be is that it looked like for me to get a new wheel, it was going to require me to spend over $500 a wheel to get something that I thought would be nice in the aftermarket. I didn't like, I liked the idea of remaining true to the Corvette look, so I settled on, at first I had picked out some other wheels and it would just become a little difficult. So what I did, I decided to just settle on the idea of just getting Corvette wheels. I would get a newer model wheel that I thought would look nice on my car. So many things, as I looked out, I started realizing that so many things were listed on forums. There was so much talk on forums about what size wheels you could get, the offsets and everything. And I went as far as, it was a gentleman, I found some wheels, some Z06 wheels that came off of a wide body. And he said that it was something, they were nice wheels, they were Asante wheels. And I was thinking, I was saying to myself, they were 375s for the rears. I was like, those things are gonna be hanging off under the fender. But you guess what I did? I went down there and he was like, man, you should come down and at least try it out. So even though I thought I wouldn't like it, I tried it out. and I didn't like it because again, I don't want to take away from the look of the car. I want to enhance the look, and I didn't want a wheel that was hanging out. I actually took a picture of it, but I didn't want the wheel to be hanging out on the side of the car. So we just tried the rear wheel on, and then I made a decision that wasn't the size wheel to go with. So after that, I found this great chart. It's I think it's NCCC wheel and tire reference, and get this, is from C1 through C8 Corvettes from 1953 all the way through 2020, and it tells you all the different type of wheels that will go on each model down through the years. And actually, that's when I found out that the C6 Z06 style wheel will fit, and then I also found out that the C7 Z06 style wheel will fit. But if I went wide, but in either one of those, there's a possibility that I will need a spacer. So my decision after I got into all of this, I just said, you know what? I don't want to deal with no 19-inch wheels, so I'm just gonna probably settle on an 18-inch. You know, I wanted to upgrade. Again, I wanted to upgrade the wheel without decreasing the performance of the vehicle. So as I was going through this, I started looking at all the videos on YouTube, and I found some people that had their C3 sitting on some 20-inch, some 22 inches, and some 24, and even up to 30. So I'm just gonna give a couple shout outs. Hill Yards, Rim Lines, had them sitting on, a C4 sitting on 20-inch wheels. A guy named John Beaton had 20-inch. Fenway, 2016, he had some 22-inch on his vehicle. A guy named Eric Foster had 22s on an older model Stingray, which actually looked pretty hot. I was actually surprised. And then you had Dirty Tony's Corvette. He had 24s on that. And then Velt Boy 314. My man had 30-inch wheels on his C4. I think it was a C4. It might even have been. It could have been a C3. But that thing he had tricked completely out. So I'm giving shout outs to them. I appreciate everybody's expression that they take with their vehicle, but I know that everybody's not going to be like me. I'm a little more conservative. But after all of the research and everything I did, I decided to go with 18-inch wheels all the way around. Holding to the wider wheel in the back and a little less wide wheel in the front. And when I came to that conclusion when I looked at a guy named Pavlo K, Sputnik C4 Corvette. He threw some Z06 wheels on that, and this video was from 2012. You have a nice C4 that's black. It's blacked out, and it just really looked classic. It looked real classy what he's done to it. So I was like, maybe I'll just stick with some 18s. So what did I do after I decided on the 18s? Then I had to go out, man, and search all these websites. I ended up back at Corvette Mods. Corvette Mods is who I bought my Corsa exhaust through. So I ended back up with them. The one thing I like about Corvette Mods, they list the vehicles C2 through C8. You click on whichever vehicle, whatever generation your vehicle is, then you find the year, and then they'll have wheels there. Now, what I also found out is that they actually outsource their wheels supplied to them by OE Wheels. So one thing I can say about OE Wheels is that they actually answered the phone. Somebody answered the phone and had a conversation with me about these wheels, and they did it. I called them 3 times, and they actually answered the phone 3 times. And one time it was over the weekend, another time it was during the week. Nevertheless, I found the wheels with them, and then I went to Tire Rack to find the tires. OE Wheels would actually do the wheels and tires package. But what I found out is that when I went to Tire Rack will do a wheel and tire package too. But Tire Rack, if I went with them with the wheels and the tires, it was going to cost me about $200 to $300 more. So I actually was glad that I saved that money, because what I did, I bought the wheels from OE Wheels, and I bought the tires from Tire Rack. You know, so basically I selected these wheels from OE Wheels. They shipped in about 3 days. They came right to the house, and then I bought the tires from Tire Rack, and I had them shipped to one of the installers, was it National Battery and Tire, and the tires came with a road hazard warranty and everything. They did tell me it was going to cost $124 to have National Battery and Tire to install. So let me tell you about this, and then we'll get to this unboxing, this last piece. So what I ended up doing, I ended up getting let me tell you what's on the car. What's on the car now is 17-inch all the way around wheels. They are the ZR1 style wheels for my car. They're 17-inch in the front, 8.5 by 8.5. 17-inch in the rear by 9.5. The new wheels are 18-inch by 8.5 for the front, and 18-inch by 10.5 for the rears. So the rears are a little wider. Now, the tires that are currently on the car are the Continental Contact Sport tires. They actually are summer tires. Right now on the front, I have 255 45 ZR17s. On the rear, I have 285 40 ZR17s. So the new tire, which I came to after doing a lot of research, is the Michelin Pilot Sport. I didn't go with just a summer tire this time. I went for all season tire 4. So this is their 4th edition of this tire, and these are considered ultra high performance all season tires. Now on the front, I will have the same width tire. It's a 255 40 ZR18, and then on the rear I will have 285 35 ZR18 tires. Now I'm going to drop all these links down in the text so that you can actually go out and check these links out, because Tire Rack does a great job of helping you kind of decide. Now they had a Pirelli P0 that actually outrated both of these tires, but they were summer tires, so I decided not to deal with those. So if I was just looking for summer tires, I would have went with those. But I decided not to, because I wanted all season this time. So what we got here in the box, we have C7 Z06 wheels, but actually spec for my C4. So we're going to unbox these. These came from OE Wheels. We'll unbox the front one first. I want you to see how these things are packed. So I'm gonna turn it up a little bit here. Actually, let's do it like that. So you can see here, these brakes are pretty nice. Pull it out. I didn't understand at first why they did all of this, but then when I got to the second box, the box was beat up pretty bad. The first thing I thought was, man, they probably messed the wheel up on the inside. So there's a plastic bag on the outside, right? Plastic bag on the outside. this rim protector goes around here. This cloth piece, like a hairnet of some sort, comes on. Another piece, paper. Then you have plastic. Now, give you an idea how these look here. It's pretty nice. See the detail in that. I mean, if you're a Corvette enthusiast, you already know about this here. This is the front one. This is 8.5 wide by 18. So I'll sit this one here. What I'll do is give you an idea of what the rear looks like. With respect to this. You're trying to roll this. Do you like that? Okay. So I'll open the rear. You'll be able to see the difference between the same package. Really messed up, but I tell you, the way they packed these didn't mess up the wheel. I really was surprised. Sorry. I'll pull it off so you can see it. Same wheel. But you can see the difference. This is 10.5 in the back. Let's see here. Let's see if I can show you. Look in terms of width. This box is really bad. But I have to tell you, man, didn't mess with didn't get to the wheel and damage the wheel. Just hold it. So let's turn this one around. Just put it over. And now you can see the difference in the width. Box finally collapsed, but you can see the difference in the width. And you can see the difference. So, and this is 10.5, 8.5. So now you see, and we got two of these. So these will be getting mounted and balanced and everything. Tire rack. Said the installer would charge $124. One thing I'm not sure of with that figure, if that includes valve stems or not. Because if these were being installed on tires that were going back on the vehicle, it's a possibility they wouldn't have to do valve stems. So they might charge me a little more with valve stems. The other thing is a spinner cap in here. Let's see, Corvette mods actually sell the spinner cap with the C7 logo. They actually sell them. You can actually get decals to put on these for whatever generations Corvette you have. I'm just debating, do I want to put C7 logos on these or not, or if I just want to go with the C4 logo. But the Corvette enthusiast inside of me said, just go ahead and throw the C7 logo on here and let them spin. We'll see if they have one that's not carbon fiber, without the carbon fiber look on it. If you go check out the video and the links that I'm going to provide down below, you'll see a gentleman had the actual Stingray C7 logo, but it looked like it had the carbon fiber in it. Now I don't know if I want the carbon fiber look, so I might just get the decals and put them on and just get the regular one and put it on, because you gotta be true to what's going on. So I'm looking forward to dropping these babies on my dropping these shoes on my girlfriend, and I'll show y'all some pictures a little later, see how gorgeous she looks. Cause y'all know summertime coming. Top gonna be down and she's gonna be rolling nice, looking sweet with these shoes on. So until next time, holla at your boy.